This is so random. Welcome to the Javier Mendez podcast, and we are so prepared for this show today. I'm actually exaggerating, but we're coming off some great fights this weekend. We've got a special guest, Wendy Fortino from the fitness world, who's with Wolfpack, and I'm going to pass it to Coach Javier because he's like putting me on the spot, so it's his turn.
Well, you put me on the spot, but you forgot official what for the UFC, Wendy? Can you please let us know what Wolfpack is?
Wolfpack is the official bag of the UFC. So we have a special UFC collaborative bag also. So it's badass.
That I completed your job.
Pull them up. I had them up here earlier. The Wolfpack. Now you guys have these Dia de la Muerte, the Day of
the Day of the Dead. Yeah, we released those on November 1st, and then we kind of re-released them because they were so popular. So
they're very cool. And you guys have there's all kinds of variations on here. So if you go to Wolfpack, WOLFPAK.com, you will find these. You guys also sponsor Dana's slap fighting too.
Yep. We've got slap fighting. We've got the UFC and Nitro Circus.
Have you been to either one of those events yet, Wendy?
Power slap?
Yeah.
No, but I want to. I've interviewed a lot of power slappers. And Nitro Circus, no, but I've seen it on TV.
Okay. See, I don't know. I don't know if I could. I would not trying to pick on Dana, but I wouldn't know how to interview a power slapper after doing MMA. So do you go in for the grappling? You know, we have different language, but
no, you're going for the slap.
It is very fascinating. It's a very fascinating sport, to be honest. And the people that I've interviewed actually have done MMA and went into the power slap arena as kind of a secondary home. So, I mean, a lot of people kind of are badasses already, and then they jump into that because Dana White recruited them. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. The rules are
like if you have a big neck, then you're safe. I don't know. That might be, the best thing I could think. What do you think of?
No, it's not a big neck. It's you either have a strong chin or not, and there's a certain knockout point for everybody. But there's the big neck does help, but it's not necessarily the only tell sign of someone that can't get knocked out. Because if you have a big neck but you've been knocked out repeatedly, it's easier to get knocked out the second or the third time around. So that has not much of a variance on that, but. Although a lot of the guys that I see in the slap fighting, they're big boys, but look, okay, let's, for instance, Paige Van Zandt, she did that, right? She did the slap fighting. She doesn't have a big neck. And I saw little clips of her. So, but look, it's not my sport, and so I'm no expert on it by any means. But I do know that when you lose your chin, you lose your chin. It's never going to come back. You can't make your chin come back. It is what it is. When you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
They call you chinny in MMA, and I'm sorry, in boxing they call you chinny. In MMA, I don't know what we call it yet. We'll figure something out.
I think it worked for Paige because she could take a hit and she could give one because she was in MMA, so she did well. So like that, but then there's like CrossFitters, power lifters, barroom slapper brawlers. I don't know.
Yeah.
People that slap people before in the slapping sports.
That's kind of where it started. Yeah.
Is that how it all get going?
That's how the sport started.
I thought it was in Russia. Didn't it start in Russia somewhere?
It did. It did. A guy named Dumpling was doing power slapping, and Dana White found him on social media, and he's like, "That looks cool. I want to look into that a little bit." So that was
okay. There you go. There's the history of slap box. I mean,
that was the history.
Not box. Sorry, slapping.
Well, it is kind of okay, Javier. I have a question.
You can't call it boxing because you don't move. You got to stay there and take the shot.
And if your foot leaves the ground, you get disqualified. You get fouled.
Oh wow! So you know the rules.
I do. Know the rules. Your feet have to be planted. The slap has to be like between here and here on your hand. Has to be between here and here on the face. And if any of those things are not, followed, you get a foul. So
okay.
I just figured out, I don't know why it came to mind. I'm like, why don't we just have a guy throwing hooks only? And it's the same as slap fighting. Just get to throw hook for hook.
Hooks only? Lynn, are you crazy?
Well, you're just standing there, just get punched.
Who's gonna volunteer to get punched?
Lynn, did you hear what she just said, Lynn? Did you hear how you just said where they can hit? you're talking hooks, you're talking the knuckle, or you're talking this. You know how much damage that's going to cause?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know until she just said it's here. Okay, so you hit here, it's not good. Because I was thinking, my God, if you hit with this,
That's
there's
a
going to be
foul.
so much damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is so
Heel
much
pump.
damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
So
and
you're
it's a
talking
foul
hooks, man?
here. It's a foul here. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're a rookie. You don't even know this
I
stuff.
was just okay. I'm just getting it
Yeah.
down.
Okay, but I do have a question for you, Javier. Here's the thing.
Yes.
After looking in, talking to people who do MMA, talking to people who do power slap, it's interesting to me because it's like there is this like rush of excitement and nerves that go into power slap that it's a little bit different in MMA. I imagine it to be like you're going on a roller coaster ride, right? And you get to the top and it's going to go down, but it's going to be over really, really fast. So that's how I look at power slap. It still has these crazy level of nerves. I wouldn't think that something that's so short lived would have such high level of nerve, but they get really nervous because it's like the roller coaster effect, right? But I know there's nerves with MMA too. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's worse than a roller coaster, for damn sure, because you're actually getting your brains wobbled, and you're going to get your brains wobbled. So in the roller coaster, you're not getting your brains rattled. And so yeah, it's an adrenaline rush, and it's a nervous rush. And it's something that would take a long time to get used to. And I'm not sure if someone's going to want to stick around long enough to get used to that, where they actually, are comfortable getting hit that hard, because some of those guys hit mighty hard. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained it to me. I didn't know anything about slapping. I really didn't. I just thought, you know what? But now you're telling me the rules, and because I was thinking that they hit with the palm, man. And so okay, so now it's less damaging, but still, it's still. Hey, people love it. What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but people love it, and it's
I
not
have
for
another
everybody.
variation. Low kicking. Just kicking to the leg.
Low kicking?
Yeah, like the low kick that like knocks people down. It's just two guys go at each other like a tree trunk until one falls down.
Lynn, you're saying something that's funny, but a lot of people, a lot of normal fans, they want to get leg kicked by an elite kickboxer or an elite Thai boxer, which
They
is the
want
stupidest
to?
thing.
Wait.
Yes, Chuck Liddell. Lynn, pull that video of Chuck Liddell. See if you can find it where he knocks that one fan with the leg kick, and he really rips him. Show us, see if you can find it. This is how crazy fans are. It's nuts. I'm like, why would you? People don't understand how hard and powerful a leg kick is and how much it hurts.
Yeah,
I
that's
would never
crazy.
want anybody to kick me. It hurts bad, really bad. It's like the
Is it
worst
like
charity horse you could ever want.
Is that like a fetish people have? They would just want to get kicked?
I think
Is it like a kicking fetish?
I don't know if it's a fetish. It's a
Hey, you know what?
stupidity
That'd be a
factor.
strange one. Oh, I'm going to go
there's a
get
lot of
kicked and
strange.
just get paid. I don't know.
I don't
Let's
put
see.
past anyone on anything. I think anything's possible.
You find
There
it?
we go. Let's see.
They just want to get kicked?
Yeah.
What the
let's see
heck?
that. Yeah,
What the heck is going on here? Why are you let me just what the heck? You're serious. This is actually a real
The laugher guys got me going. What's going on? Whoever the giggly person in the background.
Well, we're giggling. We're goofballs.
Hey, Chuck. Another good job there.
Chuck's mean. He knew. Why did he do that to that guy? That guy, I would have thought he'd be nice to him, but no, Chuck ripped him. That's why I wanted you to show that. He didn't hold back. Chuck did not hold back.
People ask they think that they have this fantasy because you had an MMA gym, I had an MMA gym. People were coming in. I don't know if it happened early in your gym, but people would think they had this fantasy that the body could do more or things didn't hurt like they hurt. They thought because the poker face a fighter keeps, he takes a kick and he keeps walking. So a guy walks in totally naive, probably read too many comic books, kind of feeling this fantasy like, would come in and want to spar or something. And, whether you get hit for the first time or kicked, like, I didn't know it was going to hurt so bad. I quit and never do it again. I've seen that so many times. You had a better system at your gym. you'd make them wear pads for 3 months and not let them quit. Get used
Yeah,
to it.
they can't do nothing for a long time. What we've had is we've had some challenges that I did accept to the gym, but I make sure that we were protected. We got in trouble one time by the State Athletic Commission because we allowed Josh Koscheck to beat up a fan that thought he was a real tough guy and he wanted to spar with Josh. So we filmed it, and Bob Cook was the referee. We had everything. We had time. We had the guy protected. We make sure everything was right. the State Athletic Commission calls us up and said, I'm going to take your corner, your license away for what you guys did. That was illegal what you did, but we didn't do nothing illegal. His name was Armando Garcia. He was a mean guy.
It's a real fight.
No, it was
That
just
should be
sparring.
okay.
No. It was sparring. It was a sparring. We protected the guy. He had 16-ounce gloves and headgear, and Koscheck didn't try to kill him, but he did do a little bit. But Armando Garcia was this new commissioner that ran the state of California, and he was kind of like a bully in a way, in a way. And he would say, you guys aren't doing this on my watch. And I'm like, what did we do? We didn't do anything, He was that kind of guy. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm gonna tell you guys a story about him. So anyways, he was giving us a bad time. And this was before the first big event happened in San Jose at the San Jose at the convention, not the SAP, right? We had our first big event there, and Armando Garcia got a call from somebody that said that one of our fighters was on the juice, and he wanted to talk to me about it. I said, okay. He goes, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if one of your guys pops for this and that, you guys are going to get in trouble. I said, well, how do I govern what these guys do? I don't know what these guys are taking. Were you saying, are you trying to say that we're responsible for someone testing positive? He goes, yes. He goes, if the sky's blue or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I said, he goes, so no one better test positive in your event. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? How are we in control of the fighters, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So now, coming into the fight, he talked to myself and Scott Coker, and he goes, how all these fighters, they're all cheaters. He said, they're all cheaters. As soon as he said that, I looked at him. I said, you know what? I effing resent that. I go, I was a professional fighter. I was a world champion, and I never cheated. So, I don't appreciate you talking about all fighters like that. And he apologized for that. I go, okay, enough said, but don't be talking about us like we're all cheaters. We're not all cheaters. I didn't take nothing in my whole life, so I resent what you said. And he knew I was pissed because he put us all in the category that we're all morons, we're all illiterates, and I said, no, we're not.
You alphaed the shit out of him.
Yes,
it's like he was trying to make Hav like some evil cult leader. Here, take these drugs. You need these muscles for fighting. I mean, come on.
I keep doing this, you guys, because my earpiece keeps falling off. I'm very good at technical malfunctions, like always. So
I thought you
at
were
least
just
my
posing.
background. Look at my background, Lynn. It looks pretty good compared to what normally is.
Yeah, it's better than average for sure.
Yeah, Wendy, you don't know us, but we're very unprofessional. We're unprofessional and we're professional at the same time.
Yeah, it's okay. That's the best combo. But listen, on Wednesday or Thursday, your time, I want to get some light on your pretty face.
Okay, thank you. My face.
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn, you hear that? I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I have always known, but is it my position to say this?
No, you can't say that, Lynn.
I can't. No.
Don't be saying that kind of stuff. I won't ever do it.
Secretly, I've kept, now everybody knows. Damn it.
Yeah. The cat's out of the bag. Sorry.
Yeah. Let it run. Let the cat run.
Okay. Well, let's
Yes.
talk a little bit of
Fights.
What do you think?
Well, I watched the Usman fight, and I thought, wow, that guy was really tough. Were you on the edge of your seat on that one? I mean, you look calm, poker face coach, but how'd you feel inside watching that fight with Usman versus Hughes?
Well, this is the thing. Habib and I didn't train with Usman at all. We hadn't been with him for the 8 weeks because we were the Islam. So all we could see is what he sent us. And I didn't know this, but Usman had a lot of complications, and his back was messed up. He had 6, so a lot of things going on. So that being said, When I first got there, I told him, I said, this guy is going to be super, super tough. You need to be aware. He's coming. He doesn't think he can lose. He's coming to win. And the guys like that are super dangerous. So you better take him serious, because if you don't take him serious, he can beat you. A guy like this can beat you because he is very young, very strong, and very hungry. And he feels he's going to win. So you have to show him that that isn't going to happen. So that's the conversation we had before the fight, to give him that pep talk of what he needs to do. So, he went out there, and I told him, stay at range, keep yourself at a distance, because this guy's very dangerous on the inside, but keep yourself at a range. Just keep kicking. I want you kicking. But I wanted him to calf kick. He didn't hardly calf kick at all. He was kicking more on the inside, right? Which you can take a lot of shots on the inside of the leg.
Yeah.
It's the outside. It's the outside that needs to work. Oh man, Len, I put myself out.
Oh my goodness. You're just a black dot now.
How did he do that? Wait, what did you do?
He hit the
Well,
camera.
people keep calling
Somebody
me.
probably
Leave me
texted him
alone.
and he hit the button.
Yeah, they stop texting me, people. I'm doing my podcast. God dang it.
He's with us right
Wait.
now. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Leave me
you're
alone.
not allowed. Yeah, he's ours now.
Someone's texting me going, oh, I fell out in stitches in your Spanish because you suck. Hey, I'm a coconut, okay? I'm a coconut. I'm pocho. That pocho, Wendy, in case you know, is a guy that's brown on the outside but white on the inside. Because I was born in Mexico, but
Yeah.
I act like I'm from here, the United States. Well, I'm in Dubai right now, so I'm not in the United States. But they act like I'm there, So I basically pretended like I don't speak Spanish. So my only language was Spanish. My parents spoke only Spanish, and you
Really?
think that so you think I'd be fluent with it? Nope.
No?
You know why? No, because when I came to the United States, I was 6 years old, and I was called wetback. They call mojado. That's a wetback. So I was called mojado. So in my mind, I didn't want to be called mojado. So I somehow in my brain, I said, I don't want to be, I was proud to be Mexican, but I didn't want to be from Mexico, because that means I was a wetback, So the funny thing is, I was not called wetback by, a white person or a black person or Asian person. Mexicans were calling me wetback. My own raza, right? And you want to call it? They were calling me the wetback. No one else was, just them. So I used to beat them up, and because I couldn't fight back with words, so I beat them up with fists.
You knew how to. Well, you're welcome anywhere, I'm sure.
I like that story. See, we're getting the best stories out of Javier today.
Yeah.
Any questions about the fight, Wendy?
Any questions about the fight? Well, I want to know what you thought of Umar Marab. I know that fight was really intense. I thought Marab did a great job. I thought Umar did a great job. I want to hear what you think.
Well, one thing I've always said is Marab's got the greatest cardio I've ever seen. He's a cardio machine.
That's
and
what I was
that guy
gonna
is
say,
like,
yeah.
he's like an Energizer bunny. He can go 10 rounds the same, So I knew that was going to happen. So we needed to be ready for that. And the first 2 rounds, went our way. And I told Umar after the first round, I said, again, I got to correct technical difficulties. I said, Umar, don't try to take this guy down. He's too strong. Because Umar tried to take him down in the first round. And I said, no more takedowns,
Then he kind of gassed out a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Because, when you try takedowns like that, you gas out. And what's even worse, we didn't find out till after the fight was over. He broke his hand in the very first round. So those takedowns were because he already broke his hand. And that's why I was thinking he was going for the takedowns. I haven't talked to him about that, so I could be wrong. But I'm not wrong on he broke his hand in the first round. I'm not wrong about that. But I'm assuming is why he tried to take him down. And being that you have a broken hand, it's very difficult to grasp correctly, especially where it was broken. If you guys seen the picture, Lynn, do you have a picture where you can show how bad his hand?
I can find it real quick.
And he didn't want you to know because he was worried that you'd take him out of the fight. He wanted to finish the fight.
And he wanted to show Habib what a warrior he is, et cetera, et cetera.
That's pretty badass.
And no, it's a warrior's attitude, and I commend him for that. But it wasn't the wisest choice because if we would have known that his hand was broken, we could have potentially changed the game plan. Maybe the outcome would have been the same. Maybe not. Who knows? Or honestly speaking, we could have stopped the fight for fear of him injuring his hand worse, because look what happened. Now he had the surgery, and he's out for 6 months before he can do anything. He's got a metal plate in his hand. So had we changed the game plan, who knows if we would have won? I can't say we would have won because we don't know. We know we won the first 2 rounds, and the third round was so close. There it is. Look how it's like
Oh
that's
God,
horrible.
that's terrible.
Yeah. Now think about trying to wrestle with that. You need that.
No,
You need
no.
that to grapple, and obviously, he didn't tell us anything. And if
Yeah.
I'd have known that, I would have implored kicking,
Mhm.
raging, kicking. But see, before that, I was wanting him in front of Marab. I didn't want him moving. I want to stay in front of him. So it worked against us. And if you know anything about the psychological and the science, when you have an injury and you're using that injury, it takes out more of your energy. So that's why he
Yeah.
got more tired. It wasn't that Umar wasn't in shape. It's just that, science dictates what happens here. And then you got another guy who's a great champion,
Mhm.
not a normal champion, great champion. He's beat a lot of the greats. He beat Henry Cejudo, Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley. Those are 3
Mhm.
champions already, and Marab destroyed them. He didn't destroy Umar. He did
Yeah.
not. It came down to the very, very end, and the 5th round, he basically he played the acting job, and he did a great job. He did a great job of showing the crowd that he deserved to win that 5th round. And for me, I looked at what was the damage done. There was none, but he was the aggressor, and he was the one that showed that I deserve this to keep my title. So therefore, the judges awarded him that. So I can cry sour grapes all I want. Doesn't mean anything because the decision is going to stand the way it is. So
But it would be amazing if there was a rematch. What do you think about that?
Uh, let's see what happens. The rematch would be great, but to be honest with you, it's not about Marab, it's about the title. So for me, it's all about getting him back on track and seeing what the UFC gives us, whether they give us a rematch if Marab keeps the title, because we don't know when we're going to be up next. They're not
Yeah.
going to give us a title rematch just based on that. It was a great fight. I think it's probably going to be candidate of the year, one of them. I know for sure it's going to be one of them. It's going to be one of them because it was a back and forth. It came down to that 5th round, guys, and
Yeah.
that was a questionable round. Depends on how you judge it, And the guy that was the better at performing was I'm sorry, it was Marab, because he didn't look tired at all. He looked fresh as ever. He's looked like I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. But if you watch it without any of the antics, he didn't do anything. He didn't damage, no damage. But
Turn off the noise.
It was more so you
Pay
feel like there was
attention,
more like of the confidence, like exuding this confidence that I am the champion. It was really convincing.
yes.
Yeah.
Now think about this: when in your professional field in the Miss Olympia
Arnold.
competitions, So think about this: when you're going out there and you go up against a competitor that's shining and oil's all bright and this and that, and you got another one that's actually got a better build, but they don't show that same energy. More than likely, almost every single time, the one that's like close, but is showing that I want it, is going to probably win that title versus the person that goes out there just kind of flat. Oh, I'm tired, but look at my physique, looks great, but I'm showing you I'm tired. I'm imagining that's the same thing, and I could be wrong, but that's
Oh
just
no, you nailed
my
it.
thinking.
I
He's
don't even
right.
have to add on to that.
Pumping
You
iron, right?
nailed it.
It's
I
like
nailed it.
Arnold and pumping iron and his psychological warfare, picking on Faringo, everything he did, and then gets on the stage and just the way he positioned himself, he put the guy out. That's the same in bodybuilding and fitness.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. But even those two have exude a lot of confidence. There have been so many times when, I think any sport is like this. There's a psychological aspect, and then there's actually the feedback loop that you get by showing that confidence. So like you show the confidence and you just look better, right? So there's that surface level aspect of it, but then it's the psychology of what you do to the competitors around you. So when you're showing that confidence, you can really take down someone's confidence that sees that energy around you. So there's multiple levels to exuding that confidence. You know what I mean?
I 100% know what you mean, because it's a mental game, and if
Yeah.
you play the mental game correctly, you have the physique this as good, if not slightly under, or slightly better. But if you don't exude that confidence and the energy, the
Yeah.
judges are going to read it. They're going to read it, and for some reason, they're going to go with the other person that probably
Yeah.
wasn't the best, only because of the way they came across with a smile and et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. And their body says it all. So yeah, there's a lot to that. And that's a lot of the things I do in my coaching and how I get my guys to perform the best they can, and like for
Mhm.
instance, on this fight here in Dubai with Hadi, my one fighter who's from the Emirates, he's from Dubai. He's probably the best, Arab fighter in a whole UAE, United Arab Emirates, and the first round he went out crazy, thought he was going to finish the guy, and the guy turned him over, also getting him with some elbows. Second round was pretty tough, and then the third round came out, and I said to him, I go, Hadi, I go, now's the time. Now's the time. You got to give it your best, because if you don't give it your best, you're going to regret it. You need to go out there and you need to give it your best, because you don't want no regrets, no excuses. Go and give it your best. That pumped them up, and I knew that was going to pump them up. So you have to know your fighter. You have to know what to say. So I said, you go out and get him. You go out and get him. You got to show him that you're going to give it your best. Whatever happens, you're going to win. And that's basically what he did. And he
Oh, you're
came
giving
out
me
fantastic.
chills. Give me chills.
Yeah, this is a Rocky moment. But of
Yeah, so
MMA.
it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So,
Ah,
fast forward to Usman's fight. Habib says to me, Coach, give him your mental. Give him my mental. What do you mean, give him my mental?
he has
We
no
know.
hand.
We know what
You're
he's
sitting there
doing.
like this,
He
doing some
he just said
telepathy.
basically put my Yoda magic on him. So I said, Usman, I go, you said for your brother, do it for your brother. I go, this is for you and your brother. Do it for you and your brother. This is what you wanted. So you got to find something positive that's
Mhm.
gonna push them, not something that's they're gonna fear. Motivation is based on not fear. It's based on love.
Mhm.
And his love for his brother is so super high that I knew saying his brother and do it for your brother, and he
Yeah.
wanted to win the fight for himself. I didn't just say
Yeah.
your brother, do it for yourself and your brother, because he
Yeah.
made that comment. I picked up on that. It wasn't like I
Right.
just came up on my own. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. I listened to his interviews. I
Yeah.
heard what he said, so I picked up on that. And also Paul Hughes, I listened to his interviews, and I listened to
Mhm.
what Usman said, and Usman was saying he's not my level. He's not my level. And I'm like, my talk in the back was, when people you think aren't your level, they turn out to be your level because you
Mhm.
underestimated them. And you can't do that. This guy's
Mhm.
coming. He feels he's not going to lose, and he's going to be very tough to beat. So you need to be prepared for a really tough fight. And that's exactly what happened. So it's a mental game. And
Yeah.
and and like Wendy, you understand in the
Yeah.
competition that you've been 8 years in the Olympia competition. So you know how rough it is. You're at the
Right.
elite level. You're at the
Yeah.
elite level. There doesn't get any better than where you're at. So the
Yeah.
mental competition, what you guys have to go through is grueling. And
Mhm.
the one thing I don't think a lot of people understand, that on the mental side, I don't think, personally speaking, there's anybody tougher than the physique builders, because of what they have to go through. They have to go
Thank
through.
you.
Everybody loves food. Fighters
Yeah.
basically need good food, except during the week of the fight, they have to
Yeah.
really cut down and lose all that weight. But a bodybuilder has to be consistent all the time, otherwise they won't
Yeah.
gain the muscles that they need.
Well,
So
that's actually like
it's really
interesting.
tough.
Like the mental battle is all the days and weeks and months leading up to the show. But one thing I do think, because I did do track and gymnastics, and I think that it's interesting with performance based, because there's the aesthetic sport of bodybuilding, right? Where the focus is really like creating something. So the build up to that day is really where the mental happens. And then there are performance sports like MMA, track, where you have to have skills and you have to have the mental fortitude on the day of and really compete. And what I've noticed with really high level performers and athletes, it's like champions have this out of body mental experience sometimes, where you find something from nowhere, like your fighter who came to you and it sounded like he was about to give up, but you gave him just those couple little words that just sparked him. And there's something that just comes from within. You can't explain it. It's almost like, out like a otherworldly experience an athlete has, where you get that word or whatever that you need, and this jolt happens in you, and you get this next level of energy. And I don't even understand it completely, but I've seen it. I've had it happen to me before, and it's incredible. It's an amazing thing that can happen.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking something about, your background. It's getting to the show, because I did a lot of filming and social media, like I told you, with bodybuilders and stuff.
Yeah.
And it really is about getting to the stage in your best shape possible.
Yeah.
And I live with a big IFBB pro guy too. So I kind of saw how he lived, eating boiled
Okay.
chicken his whole life. And basically just watching, getting there, not being injured. And then you're trying to, it's like one thing to fast, but if you're trying to fast and you have a nitrous oxide super turbo motor demanding calories and you're trying to get to the stage and you're fighting your body and your mind, you're going through so many gyrations and challenges that people don't see that's happening internally and physiologically, to yourself. So
yeah, well, that's where you're winning. You have to think about like how what you want is greater than any challenge that you are faced with. If you want to win, then that's just like so important to you that any obstacle, any craving or whatever, it's like it doesn't matter, because this goal that you want it way more than any of that. It's like that's always going to be there. I mean, you could like, as soon as you get off the stage, there's like a million places to go get pizza and cookies and whatever. Like all that is always there. It never goes anywhere. There's a abundance of it. So then you're just like, this is my thing right now. I got to focus.
That's true. So Jav, do you think you're going to see any more? And I'm not putting anything down on it. The guys, I just saw a lot of comments like, hey, they need to work on their cardio. And I'm like, you get a broken hand, that's going to cause an adrenaline dump probably, because it's compensating for the pain. In Umar's case, that's my thoughts.
Scientific proof will say that your energy goes quicker when you're basically in that situation. You're trying to use something that's broken. It basically takes out your cardio. On top of the fact he had a short camp, on top of the fact he's not a cardio bunny like the Energizer guy. I've never seen anybody like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to deal with that. And look at all his last fights. He destroyed everybody.
Marathon Marab.
Destroyed everybody. Yeah, everybody.
Marathon Marab. That should be his nickname.
Yeah. What is it? Energizer Marab?
No, call the Marathon Marab.
Oh, Marathon. Oh, I like Bunny. Energizer.
It doesn't have a ring to it. Marathon.
He's less challenging when you approach him, but
that doesn't stop. He just keeps going, beating the drum, bum, 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 bum.
Javier's not in the business of making up nicknames. Sounds like.
I'm good at it. It's just maybe I'm being sour grapes. I don't know. Could be. That might be it.
but what can anybody say to that? I mean, you've had so many champions. I'm like, it's like winning. It's like you're going to the store with 5 lottery cards and winning every Monday when they read off the numbers. It's been like that with your fighters for so long that I'm like, wait, we need to keep winning. Keep winning, Javier, and keep winning Dagestan Warriors. And it's like,
it's like we do win, but we're gonna lose too. So I actually got one fan send me an email that was not nice at all. So
some mean ones.
I responded to him, and I just he's talking great about Islam, talking great about Habib, and talking about Umar and how he will never be anything, this and that. And I just just to not make a big issue about it, but I just said, hey, here you're talking great about Islam, but Islam, he lost to somebody that wasn't even a contender, and he got knocked out. And he got knocked out. He didn't have a great fight. He just got knocked out. I go, and here you talk about Umar, who fought one of the greatest bantamweights of all time, I'm believing right now, based on what he's done, and he made it a close fight. So wait and see what happens. I said, don't be throwing stones at my guy if you don't want me to throw stones back at you. I said a lot more mean things to him because I'm not explaining everything he said. He was pretty mean. So I hit him back, and I told him, don't send me nothing, otherwise I'm not going to respond to you anyways. He didn't send nothing.
Yeah.
I guess what I said to him was
they want to blame, or they have they thought that there was some level of control. Part of it's fate, part of it's what's going to happen in the stars anyways as to this fight. I mean,
technical difficulties again. Sorry.
Well,
I just have to keep saying that because everybody go, why do you keep picking on your ear? Because my earpiece is falling off.
Are you going to up? Well, you're going to talk with Habib. I'm sure everybody's talked about. Is everybody thinking more cardio or more boxing? What's the takeaway from Paul?
From Paul, nothing. I mean, he's
from that fight. Is there any?
He was a great fighter, man. That guy, he's gonna
I'm saying for Usman in the future.
That's what I mean. He's gonna be around. He's a tough guy. I mean, I heard. I'm not verified. So you guys out there, don't say I said it happened. I heard. I heard that he gave Topura a pretty tough sparring too. So the guy's tough, man. He's tough. Technically he's not super great, but on the inside, he's really, really good. He's good on the inside, very explosive. So I think we're going to end up fighting him at some point, again, which is not a problem, but, let's see what happens. I mean, it's up to PFL. PFL did a great job. They sold out. They sold out the Dubai arena. I thought, because they never sell out, right? I'm thinking, you know what? I'll wait and then I'll try to get tickets sold out. I'm like, what? I go, I promised somebody tickets. They're sold out. They're sold out. I go, oh no. And oh yes, I was happy and I was bummed, because I couldn't get tickets. And people were asking me for tickets, and I'm like, I got nothing.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but it happens. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
See, again, I've got to take the oil out of my ear or something.
The oil out of your ear.
Her ears oiled?
I think so.
This, I have to really fast. I have to say, this looks really funny. We look like we're facing forward, and we have bodies that are facing backwards.
Really?
Look at you. Look at you.
Oh, my bad. I got a guy. That guy.
You look like.
That's what you're talking about. You're talking about that, Lynn. Why you got that there? Like
Isn't that funny?
My graphics?
I like it. I like it.
Lynn. It's
I
like,
think it's
like
funny.
you turn my head around like a, like.
I do that. Wait, what happened?
Turn that guy around. Show
Hey,
some abs.
you're on the back. You have your head backwards.
Show some abs, Lynn.
Wait, do that again. Do that again. Wait,
Lynn,
go back
show
to
some
that.
abs.
Go
What, the
back to this.
circle?
Go back to the circles.
Yeah. This is a new thing. I paid extra for the circles, Javier, so we could use circles in the future. And I made some different backgrounds, like this one.
That's
You
funny.
can see. This
That's
is another one.
Oh, very good, Lynn.
I'm just gonna sit on the shoulder.
Yeah, wolf.
And then there's these two.
Please,
There you go.
Please don't think we're not professional. We're very professional.
And we have one more
It's
for
all
the day.
good.
This one was actually.
Cage. That was
Yeah.
a better one.
I like this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, now you get to see our full range of our graphic department.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
good.
Range.
You can ask your fans what they like the best. Like what you can do, like a poll. Which background is the best one?
No, don't give our fans any reason to rip us apart. They'll rip us apart. Yeah, we get ripped up enough for our technical difficulty things like my ear thing and the graphics and the skipping and I mean how many other things, Lynn, we get it for a lot.
So many.
Hey, at least but they're watching.
Yeah,
how would they know
that they're watching? But we keep screwing up, and if we're consistent, we'd have more people tuning in. But we seem to be inconsistent. So maybe Wendy, when I'm not around, maybe you and Lynn could come and start talking about stuff and this and that. But on the way of speaking of that, I was looking at your Instagram, Wendy, and I was very impressed because I follow the bodybuilding business and I seen you with the icons of the sport. And how was that? I looked pretty cool. I mean, I was like, man, I go, I know this person, I know that person. I go, is it what 8-time Miss Olympia, Linda Murray, right? Wasn't that?
Yes, yeah. I've been working with Linda for about 3 years now. So we work for Olympia TV. So we co-host our FemFlex Friday show under the banner of Olympia and on Olympia TV on YouTube. And so I've been working with her for about 3 years now, and it's been amazing. And then Adela Garcia, who's 8-time Fitness Olympia, she just came on board with us. So right now it's like the three of us really hosting the show, but we do that every Friday. It's called FemFlex Friday. And we do a lot of other events and a lot of other, fun things for Olympia TV. But yeah, she's amazing. Both of them are amazing.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's pretty cool. It's just like me, getting together with some of the top coaches in the world, and we're all collaborating and doing things because we all have a lot in common,
Yeah.
So that's when that it's the group, and we all know what we're talking about. Like for instance, my team that I have, the Dubai team, right? The Global Fight League, that I'm involved in. Where I was
going to bring that up. Thanks for bringing it up, Hobbs.
Yeah.
I'm excited to bring it up. I'm the head coach.
Way to bring it up.
Yeah, and Cain Velasquez is not my boss. I don't care if they say he's the manager. He ain't not boss to me.
I saw them ask that question. Does that make Cain your boss?
They asked me. They go, is Cain your boss? I go, Cain will never be my boss. He might be the manager, but he ain't my boss. I'm his boss. But anyway, so the Global Fight League, they came on, and hopefully the show comes out soon. And I'm excited to see what we bring. So Ray Longo he's also from New York. He's going to be one of the head coaches for New York, which is Marab's coach, Ray Longo. And we are called the Dubai Falcons, and he is
Oh,
called the New York Ninjas. And I just started laughing. New York
okay.
Ninjas.
So
Woo!
what exactly is this? Can you explain?
It's
I'm
it's a
Um,
it's a team fighting competition, just like when you wrestle or you do gymnastics, you go for points. It's not who's got the biggest star or this and that. It's who wins the most out of 10.
Mhm.
So there's
Got it.
10 fights, and we have 3 women divisions, and we have we have 7 men's divisions. And so let's say out of the 10 fights, if we win 6 out of them, we're the winner. But if we
Okay.
win 5 and 5, then it's a draw, that type of thing. So it's like
Got it.
anything: basketball, football. The one that wins at the end fights for the championship. So it's kind of same concept. It's like you follow. Even I don't know how it is in gymnastics, but I'm assuming in gymnastics it's a team competition. You guys, you all see who does this and that. And you may have the overall champion, but you may not win the team competition. Am I correct or
Exactly.
am I wrong?
No, that's pretty much how it is. There are individual awards and there are team awards, but at the end of the day, yeah, if you have the best overall gymnast, you could still lose the
Competition, the team.
competition. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the same thing. You may have the best fighter in the world, but that doesn't mean you're going to go to the championship because the rest of them just aren't up to the par like your greatest guys. So the
exactly.
team competition is where it's at. In matching, we all get 2 fighters per each weight division.
Yeah,
So it's all matching how you do what with who, and
yeah.
so there's a lot of play involved here. And then people are
Here's your
asking,
roster.
yeah,
That's
where's my
cool.
roster? I don't
You
see it. I'm
got you
blind.
you got Tyron Woodley, which was
Yeah,
interesting.
my first pick. Yeah,
Did you
because
got
he's
to
a
pick?
wrestler. Yeah, because he's my wrestler. I mean, I'm good with wrestlers. He's a great wrestler, and he's a former UFC champion, and I like him. He's a good guy, so I think we could do something together. Let's see. We got, these competitions are not going to be easy, but nothing ever is if it's competition, right? It never
Right.
is. There's always something, because if you're overconfident, you got someone this knows that you're the better fighter or the hyped fighter, and their aim is to knock you off your pedestal. So, it's hard to maintain the top position. That's why I always tell my guys, I said, hey, look, listen, when you win the title, now the really work has begun, because now everybody knows what you look like. They know what your weaknesses are. They know your strengths, and they're preparing for you. The problem is that you're not preparing for them. They're preparing for you. So you have a target on your back. Everybody knows. So, winning the title isn't the biggest thing, is keeping the title.
You have so many fighters here. It's like a big team. Plus, you got your Dagestani Team Eagle and AKA. So, is your brain kind of scrambling with all these fighters, or are you going to meet with these guys and train them like run one big camp? How's that going to work working with the GFL guys?
No, I'm at the present time. I'm not going to be with anyone in particular that's not in my gym or team. Abdulmanap gym, because basically they have their own coaches, and they may want to keep their coaches, because think about it. If you're with a certain coach, you're in the Olympics, right? And you may have the head coach in the Olympics, but your coach is with you. Your real coach is there, and the guy that's getting the attention, which will be me,
Mhm.
will be there, but the coach is actually doing the work. I'm just getting the attention.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
job.
That's
The
I have a
attention.
good
interesting.
job. I'm going to get the credit, but I'm also going to get the blame too. So
Yeah.
hopefully I get the credit. I want the credit. I want the blame. Give me the credit, no blame.
Done.
What are your thoughts on that, Wendy? What do you think about that fight league with Coach being the face of the other coaches?
I think it's interesting. It'll be. I think that there could be some drama. So if they're looking for a little bit of spice, they're definitely going to get it. So that could bring another layer of excitement to something that's already exciting. It's going to be interesting to see how Javier could work with, because I'm sure you're going to have some say. I mean, they have their coaches, but you're going to probably see the way that they fight. And you're probably going to have a take on it and have some suggestions, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, for
It'll be
sure.
interesting
Yeah.
to see how you are able to maybe even make them better. And there's going to be a lot of layers to this that I think will be exciting to follow.
Yeah, it's going to be up to them. I'm going to definitely look at them. I'm going to see where I can improve on them, and it's going to be up to them and their coaches, or if it's going to be up to them and me. It's up to them and how we approach things. But I'm not by any means trying to take over on anybody. I'm just adding my 2 cents, and
Right.
they can take my advice or not take my advice. I'm just there to help. That's it. I'm just a supporting cast is basically. I mean, they have their coaches, but I'm the person that's gonna lead them into battle. So I got the strategy, and they follow my strategy or not. It's up to them. But I'm gonna get the credit, or I'm gonna get the blame. So
Yeah.
because
You
it's
get to
my
be the
team.
cheat code.
Yeah.
They get
So
some.
but remember, I'm the person that's gonna get cut too. So if
Well,
we have a bad season,
okay,
they're
I have
gonna
a
fire
question for
me.
you. Actually,
Yes.
this is a question for you. Okay, as a coach, do you think that it's good if a fighter has been with a coach for a really long time? Do you think that it's good to have another really high level coach, another set of eyes and ears and thoughts into a fighter if they've been with another coach for so long? Like, what are your thoughts on that collaborative approach?
My feeling on that is based all on the fighter. If
Mm,
that fighter wants nobody's attention, but that coach has been with him, he's been successful, he's failed with that coach, and he's rising up to the next level with that coach, and he may not want any new one to come in, and I don't blame him.
mm.
So it's going to be solely up to the fighter, because what he accepts, he will do. What he doesn't accept, you can't force. Because if you
Like, if
try to
the
force
fighter
it,
feels like the little bit of extra help might be good to kind of get another
then
set of eyes,
then
that's
that's good. That's a
yeah.
positive. But if he does it and you force it on him, well, I'm just going to give you another set of eyes. Well, I don't want you in there. Now you're screwing up my energy. You're screwing up my coach because my coach doesn't like you. My coach doesn't want you involved. So yeah, no, you have to be with them. You can't be against them. It's just like that thing about competition, right? When your coach is telling you go out there and be stern, don't do this, and you got another coach, you got two coaches coaching you, and the other one's telling, go have fun, go do this, and like you're confused. What the hell? It's like they're both great coaches, but what do I do? And the answer is simple: what you want. That's what you do. So that's the same analogy I'm giving here: is that the fighter's going to do what they want. The competitors should do what they want, not what the coaches want, because that's
I
just
like
doesn't
that.
work that way.
That makes sense.
It's funny because think about this, Wendy. Think if you had two dominant prep coaches, one saying eat broccoli and chicken, and the other one saying eat yams and ham.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be like, hey, we're not on the same, and then your body's you're not gonna get the optimum
Yeah.
results. You have to
Well,
pick.
there's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? I mean, you have different approaches that could ultimately lead to the same result. Somebody could win with two complete different approaches. But if you're following a little bit of this one and a little bit of that one, you might get like the combination of the two combined might actually lead you the wrong way. That happens.
The
That
wrong
does
way,
happen a lot. People
of
want to
course.
get like a little bit of advice from all the top people, but like all the top people don't necessarily have the exact same approach or the exact same philosophy. So you're getting all these different philosophies that are all awesome, but you're trying to put them all into this bucket together, and you can't follow everything and be a champion. You're just going to be just all over the place. It's a mess.
1000%. It's like the bodybuilding
You,
analogy I
you,
would
you
give
hit it
is
on the
you have
nail,
a
Wendy.
nutritionist and you have the person that's putting you through your workout, and then maybe you have your recovery person. So that they're all different. So it'd be like a boxing person like Javier kickboxing, and he's like, oh, you're with that Trip 5 black belt jujitsu guy. Keep working with him. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you how to do a headlock better or whatever. Do a choke out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
100%.
Have anything else exciting coming up?
No, I just want to know how come I'm the guy that always screws up. You guys look bright and cheery. I look dull and yellowish.
We
My
need to work
background
on
is very
this.
good.
We
Well,
can.
it's where I'm at. I'm actually gonna be moving into I'm actually moving into a hotel. So
I thought of a
I'll,
gift to get you. I have the perfect gift for you. We need to get you like a portable like ring light to hook to your phone
Yeah.
or you mean like, yeah, you're gonna have one of those things.
Well, why is he
Don't
laughing? I'll tell
he's
you why he's
hating.
laughing.
He's hating
I
because
bought one for him years ago, and
he
he's
thinks
like,
I'm
yeah,
girly. I can
whatever. And
tell
he left
the
it
way
on
he's
his couch.
laughing.
Lynn bought me one over a year ago. I've never used it once.
I'm like, did you bring it with you, Hob?
Don't be
I don't know
hating.
how to bring it with me. I could have broke it if I had brought it with me. I got to protect it.
No, like a small one. Like it doesn't have to be big. A small one that could go on your phone and it'll be really
It is
bright.
small. It is small.
And you think you're gonna break it?
He just didn't want to pack it. He travels a lot. But I mean, maybe if you get him one, Wendy, and put it in a wolf pack, maybe he'll take it
Put
with
it
him.
in a wolf pack travel bag, and then
I
I'll
still
it
have to
with
get
me.
him a wolf pack. He hasn't accepted my my offering on that yet. So you have to pick one out that you want. And I'll
Well,
get it.
Wolfpack's got to give me $1 a month for me to wear their stuff. So I just ask for
Okay.
$1. That's it. Just give me
$1 a month.
Sponsorship's expensive with Javier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very expensive. You know, I told one of my
Well, you
other
don't have
Czech
to-
friends that
You don't have
need
to
5 dirham a month from them.
Okay, you don't have to wear it or talk about it. It's my gift to you. You don't have to like even talk about it. Could be our little secret, but I just want
Really?
to. Yes.
Okay, done. $1?
We're gonna give Wendy some props here so people can follow her and know where to find her. So I'll put her Instagram up here, right? So
Thank
let's
you.
get this going. There's reasons why we haven't been sponsor crazy because we don't really promote the gambling. So that's really what's out there.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. I mean, other than that, most of our fans are outside of the country. So
Yeah.
you can't like buy a t-shirt from here that easily off this website, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't promote alcohol or gambling or anything like that. No.
So yeah,
Javier, isn't it like 1:00 in the morning for you, Javier?
I don't know what that. We're on 51 minutes and 14. This is a long podcast. I haven't done this one. We haven't did this one this long in a while, right, Len?
good sparring, Javier. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Wendy's Instagram. Be sure to follow her.
Thank you.
You want some fitness tips and see how she's doing with Wolfpack. It's Wendy Fortino
Yes.
with the blue check mark. That way you know it's the real one. At Wendy Fortino, Fortino.
Thank you.
Sounds like an Italian name.
It is. It's funny because when I say Wendy Fortino, I can't tell you how many people have typed in Wendy 14-0. And I'm like, no, it's my name. Fortino.
Lynn, are you Italian, Lynn?
I grew up in Italy. I'm not Italian, but I grew up there.
Okay. Yeah,
I lived
you grew
there.
up in Italy. Okay.
I lived there for 13 years. Yeah.
No way. Okay.
Yeah. It's an army brat. So parlo italiano. I've actually done podcasts in Italian.
You speak Italian, right? Because you're
Italian and Spanish, yeah.
You speak, yeah. You speak
Portuguese.
He probably speaks better Spanish than me.
Oh.
But Javier, I've seen you struggle. Like they get you on some of those like Spanish speaking podcasts. I'm like, let's see what he's got.
I know.
Well, no, listen.
You do.
Well, we have the technical difficulties here. Someone's texting me. They go, "You laughed my butt off on your Spanish interview." So that's why I was trying to get him to go away. So I touched it, and we went dark. So
that's what that was.
That's what that was. Yeah, he goes, "I'm laughing at your Spanish interview, like hilariously, because you know, I guess I was pretty darn good." Not. I'm horrible. That's why, you know, all those guys that ask me to do Spanish interviews, I always avoid them. You know, because I'm horrible at Spanish, and I shouldn't avoid them. I'm not embarrassed to be Mexican. I'm proud to be Mexican, but my Spanish is horrible, and I should embrace it, like to do more interviews. But you know, it's horrible. But you know, I'm also learning now. I have to speak Russian because I want to be able to speak Russian, and I should be ashamed that, you know, Habib and everybody has English lessons, and here I am, you know, not learning Russian. And I know some words, but you know, I should know how to be actually like they are. You know, they understand English really well, the majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
I should be the same. I should understand Russian, but I don't. And Habib used to tell all the guys, don't teach coach. We don't want you to learn because we don't want you to learn our secrets. That way we can't keep nothing from you. Yeah. But I just made a rule with all of them. I said, hey guys, I'm stating this to all you guys. You guys need to speak to me in Russian and teach me Russian because you know, I want to learn. And because you guys talk and I don't know what you're saying, and I want to learn. So teach me. So I had Gaji, who's my PFL lightweight world champion from the tournament last year, 2024. Let's coach. I'll be your teacher. So he's my teacher. He's actually really good. He's actually really good. He I did my last post with him teaching me Spanish lessons. I mean English, sorry, Russian.
Russian.
Hey,
No, like,
it's getting late.
it's
Stop laughing.
crazy.
It's getting
Yeah,
late
like
over here.
Want some
the
coffee, Hav?
UFC world, Russian would be the best language to learn. And then in bodybuilding, it's Brazilian. So
Brazilian? Really?
yes, there's so many people that come from Brazil in bodybuilding.
Huge.
It's crazy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It would be so much easier to do media if I knew Brazil. So
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Sorry. Well, I keep saying no Brazil. If I knew Portuguese, I'm sorry. Thank you.
We would take it to language Brazilian.
If I knew Portuguese and Russian, I would be set for the UFC coverage and also the bodybuilding coverage all across the board. Yeah.
There's an app, I guess that you can plug in your ear and it can correct you and say things. You can actually learn to speak. One of my friends, Dr. Warren Chang,
Yeah.
who's a cloning doc for the number one cloning guy in the world. He's gonna give it to me tomorrow. So I'm
I
gonna
was gonna
start.
say, how's that going
with
for
that.
you?
It's going
I
good.
want to see
asked
speaking
him,
Russian. I could.
what I wanted him to do is I said, hey, what do you think about cloning so and so? And then I clone so and so because you could be a great coach and so could be a great fighter. And then we raise them up and we put them in poverty situation and raise them in poverty so they want to get out.
That's a very, very good technique, Javier.
I'm just thinking, but think about it. You grab
Make
someone
them
that's
aggressive.
great, put them in a very, very poverty situation, give them all the tools necessary to grow. But of course, it's
They won't
haram.
stay there very long. They'll be gone in like 5 minutes.
It's haram to clone humans. You can't do humans. They actually they do clone camels. They do clone dogs, but humans is no one that I know clones humans. I think
That's crazy.
He's like, no one that I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I've seen
That we know of.
and look at one of my Instagram posts. There's a wolf. This that I'm there and I had a red shirt on with people behind me. That wolf is a clone dog. It's a clone.
Interesting. Let me see if I can find
Yeah.
it.
See if you can find it. It's a clone dog, And I went, wow. And it's so friendly, it's so friendly. The wolf was so friendly. And then the funny thing about it is I was told that the wolves you can't really 100% tame them. You cannot. Even if they're growing up as a baby clone or whatever, they still have those tendencies that you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You see it, Lynn?
I'm looking for it real quick, Hav.
That's the crazy thing about dogs being basically like domesticated wolves.
Yes, this is the domesticated wolf that was grown up that way. He wasn't. He was not. Born. He was cloned.
Tell me when I'm on it, Hav. How far down?
Oh, I was way down, man. Really way down. Got to keep going. Like somewhere maybe May, June, somewhere around that. I don't know.
This
Keep
is
going.
interesting.
Way down.
Whoa.
Those are cheetahs. Yeah, those are 1 year old. I thought they told me you're gonna come pet cheetahs. I go, oh, I'm gonna go see baby cheetahs. They walked in. I go, those are baby cheetahs. I actually was, to be honest with you, I was afraid to go with them. But then they were so nice that actually it was pretty cool petting them. It was
They
really
are
cool.
cute.
Yeah.
Aw.
Is this the wolf? No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm joking. I had to find the wolf.
you have to make a joke of me, huh? Okay.
Hey, you always get at me, Hav. I'm taking advantage.
Whatever.
I'm gonna hear from him after this.
That's the
I'm
pirate
looking.
right there.
Oh, here it is.
That's the
Wow.
wolf.
Oh wow. So that's the cloned
dog.
wolf.
That's a clone wolf. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was so nice. It was so nice. I was like, I'm putting my face in his head, and he was so cool.
So even knowing that they are still have it in them, that you didn't have the fear.
No, because I didn't know that. If I didn't know,
Oh, you didn't know.
No, I didn't know
that.
If I
Wonder
if
with
I
a
had
kitten
known,
personality.
if I would have known what you just said, I would have never put my face in front of him like that. I would have been like, "Oh, that's okay." I was like, "No,
You got lucky.
Nope. Yeah, you can actually say probably.
Yeah,
probably.
you got lucky.
Probably. Yeah, I got lucky.
So what is your YouTube channel, Wendy?
So Olympia TV is one, and then the one here is Wolfpack.official.
Okay. I'll put them in the description below when we make this YouTube video come out.
Cool.
And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them wait one more day and put it out tomorrow because I hit a better traction. Is the timing when I release these things.
Lynn, what about people coming in and asking questions regarding Wendy, like fitness questions, nutrition questions that I think a lot of people, because she's an expert.
We do another podcast together, which fine with me.
But you should put it on here. Live. Put down people if they want questions, that you can answer questions for them on fitness.
I'll go into your episode and go into the comment section and stuff like that.
So see if people want to do that, then she can come.
If you have any questions, ask in the comments. Another way we do it is when we do it live. So that's what I was thinking about. We haven't done that in a while, and I don't do it often when Javier's overseas because the connection, like he could blur out in the middle. We're doing a podcast and Javier's goes into the Star Trek zone and just
wish me luck.
Going to the Star Trek. I'm Star Trek all the time. Wish you luck. Yes, we wish you luck.
Wish
I don't know
me
what
luck.
we're wishing on. What are we wishing luck on?
On you not going out when I go live with you on Thursday.
Oh yeah, we're going live Thursday. Yeah.
Wish me luck on that not happening because
we're
in the
same place.
Wish me luck on changing the background because the the lights here are very yellow. That's why. This is yellow too, though. So yeah, that's okay. It's just not too bright.
I want to be a fly on the wall when you do this, but I have a suggestion. Go to one of your lamps in your hotel room and take the shade off, okay? And then put it in front of you, and it'll be really bright on your face, and like tilt it on something and have it shine on your face. I would love to be a fly on the wall watching that happen, but that's what I have to do.
You could go to the mall. You're by the Dubai Mall, right, Huff?
Yeah.
Just walk downstairs. It'll be something fun to do, and ask them for a little ring light, They're like probably $15.
Are you making fun of me, Lynn?
No, I'm just helping. I'm going along with her. She's helping. Coach Wendy's helping us today.
Okay. All right.
We're going to get you all set up.
I'm all set up. Okay. You guys are funny. Stop laughing, Lynn.
Okay, I'll try.
He told me to stop laughing.
Okay.
The Chuck Liddell thing still makes me laugh in my head after seeing that.
Is this the longest podcast we've ever done, Lynn? I think pretty close.
I know you probably did.
Right?
We have a new record.
Is this a new record?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
Any last things to say, Wendy?
I just want to say thank you both for having me on your podcast. This has been really fun. This has been the highlight of my day.
That's good.
Cool.
It's all because of Javier from Dubai at 1 a.m, 2 a.m, late night talk with Javier. That's what we're changing the podcast to.
Bro, I'm still struggling from jet lag. This really sucks. I'm like getting 3-4 hours sleep a night, and I'm somehow or some way I'm getting used to sleeping 3-4 hours a night, and I'm never getting used to that. And I think it's because I'm taking all my vitamins. That's really helped me immensely. Wendy, you can chime in anytime you want on what vitamins do for you, but I know I take my vitamins every day, and I think that might have a reason why I'm not as tired because of my vitamins. Am I correct or am I wrong?
No, definitely. But sleep would help. Sleep is actually probably the best supplement that you can give yourself is sleep.
You have two insomniacs here you're talking to.
That's where you're really.
Vitamins are helping me, right?
Yes, definitely.
That's what I'm getting at.
Just think like the regenerative process happens while you're sleeping in REM cycle.
Sleeping REM cycle, yeah. All most of mine is closed eye cycle. This is my eyes closed.
Closed eye cycle.
That's it.
Maybe try NAD therapy. I love that stuff. Have you tried that, Wendy?
NAD therapy. I haven't, but I do know that it's amazing. Yes. I love glutathione is great.
Glutathione.
Yes.
Yeah, you do them both in a cocktail, like for IV drip.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some supplements, but the nothing can replace actually getting sleep.
No.
Nothing. But any of you guys out there have any ideas for me and Lynn, feel free to drop in and say, hey, morons, do this, do that. Why didn't you do it before?
Don't call Coach a moron. You can call me one.
We are. I mean, we haven't done our own research.
Yeah.
Let's do the research.
Well, people don't realize that we do this by the seat of our pants. Javier just calls me the last minute. We're doing a podcast. Like, did you have any prep, Wendy? Nope. You're like, I don't know, put you on with the guy I do a podcast with, and we're going to go. And he's put me on here with like Scott Coker and all kinds of people, Cain Velasquez. I'm like, okay, I have to invent a podcast in 15 seconds in my brain, and I have to keep
We
the
don't have
rhythm
a
going.
director. We don't have a director. We
Right.
just swing it. And you know, in all honesty, we don't talk stupid stuff. We don't talk bad about anybody really. That's not our thing. You
No.
know, education, humor, and that's it. You know, the knowledge, the humor, and the actual,
I love it.
insights into what happens in the MMA world. You know,
Mhm.
and I don't know, maybe a little bit we cross over a little bit, Len. I mean, you know, let's see. The fans can tell us if they like it or don't like it. And if they don't like it, then okay, doesn't mean we're not going to do it.
If you
But
don't
we're
like
do
it,
it
gonna
leave me
anyways.
alone.
everybody.
Don't come
We're
after
gonna, we
me.
can't
We'll
please.
dare
That
to
means we
go
can't
there. We'll
please
do it
everybody.
anyways, Wendy. That's
Well,
just how we've been doing it.
but we're going to continue to do it because maybe they'll listen to half of it, or maybe they'll, you know, it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I get guys and they're like, "What's this guy know about MMA? You need a better person." I'm like, okay.
They're talking
There's some
about me.
slack.
They're talking about me. They
They're
still
talking
talk
about
about
your
me.
guest.
If they're talking
Oh,
about you,
you?
they're talking about me. We're partners.
Yeah. They don't get that part. They just think like I'm some like coach was so desperate for a pocket. Some strange guy came along and said, "Hey, man." They're like, "Why'd you pick this guy? Who's he?" Like, there's a lot of fighters out there that are doing good podcasts. I got to give them props. Really good stuff. Like Josh Thompson's one. You know, Michael Bisping.
Chael
Rampage
Sonnen is
Jackson.
awesome. Chael Sonnen is awesome. He's great. The
Chael Sonnen.
DC's great. You know, Errol
DC, yeah.
Hawani is really good. You know, there's a lot. I like the Schmo, Helen and the Schmo. They're my buddies. They're
They're
incredible.
great too.
Yeah,
But
they are.
they're not fighters, but they're great at doing this MMA.
Oh,
But
I'm
no
sorry.
one's.
We were talking about fighters. I just started.
Yeah. It's okay.
You know,
She's a
I
swimmer.
started going crazy.
He's
See,
a
I'm
schmo,
losing
whatever that
myself.
is.
Yeah, well, he's the Schmo.
Those are some other people in the business, and they've done some great shtick, but there's thousands of fighters that haven't started their own podcast, and not everybody wants to. Not everybody has 5 minutes of anything to say. I mean, it just depends who you are.
John Fitch got a podcast. Matt
That's right.
Brown's got a podcast. Brendan Schaub's got a podcast. Quite a few fighters are
Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley has a podcast. You know, a whole bunch of guys are doing podcasts because a lot of people want to listen to them. They have an inside already social media following, and they have a lot of followers, you know. And Quentin Rampage Jackson's podcast is pretty good. It's on the rise. It's doing pretty good. I love the one where they had Rampage go at it with what's his name?
Kevin.
You know, Kevin Holland. They were at it. I mean, I really thought they were gonna fight. I was like, man, these guys gonna fight. And I don't think so, but they sure were talking like it. It's interesting. It's interesting. Did you see it, Wendy? What I'm talking about?
No,
Rampage
no, but
Jackson.
now I'm going to.
Go, Len. What was
Jackson?
What was that? Jackson and Kevin Holland.
JAXXON.
I'm going
Jack's
to.
on. But go look at it. And it was Quentin Rampage Jackson and Kevin Holland. Look at the dialogue between both of them, and part of me was like, are they playing it or are they serious? And Kevin Holland was cool as hell. He was so cool. Blah blah blah. But then Rampage was like, he's no joke. He's like, it was like, young blood, you want to go? We can go. And I'm like, this guy's gonna fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if it was made up or what, but I found it interesting.
There's a lot of interesting stuff. You'll see more as it goes along. Well, I hope you guys have a good podcast. And what are you guys going to be putting that out? Thursday, you said, or Friday?
Well, for me, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for Javier, it's going to be 9 a.m. on Thursday.
So you want to put it out by Thursday, or do you want to put it out by Friday?
Oh, it's going to be live.
Yeah. So people, you're going to be live streaming.
Oh, we're going to be live streaming. That'll be our live stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you're sitting right there because the signal's pretty good, Hav. So that way she can.
Yeah, but look at the background. I got to fix that. You said I need to put light not back here, go behind
on your face. Yeah.
Like this way. I got it. Okay, I'll do that.
She's helping you with your posing routine.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm my coach.
Well, you guys did a great job. Thank you for coming on today, Wendy, and hope you get some more followers out of this. Awesome seeing you, Javier.
UFC official bag.
UFC. Wolfpack is the official bag of the UFC. Yes. Thank you.
Remember that, Lynn. The bags are cool.
Yes.
They are. I looked at them.
You can have one after I get one.
Okay. The secondary one, the small little bag that can fit
Small
a pair of
little one.
socks.
It's okay.
Like,
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome, guys.
Okay.
Hey, like and subscribe, everybody, and thanks for coming on.